We, the residents, we stand united. We want this put back to the way it was.
There's a storm brewing along the peaceful waterways of Pāpāmoa. As part of its work to enhance the Te Ara o Wairaki Stream Reserve, Tauranga City Council is hosting a number of community drop-in sessions to discuss the state of the waterway.
We are taking feedback from our local residents in each area of the reserve. That feedback will be collated together and it will be reported to the councillors so that we can look at improving each individual section of the waterway as the budget allows.
According to Council, the 15k stretch of water is a stormwater drain, but residents see it differently, with distinct feedback for each of the 3 different sections. One looks like a golf course, while others look like wetlands.
In the first meeting, residents, I can broadly say, were satisfied with some of the plantings. In this area here, I've had a lot of feedback around the silt in the waterway and some of the existing flax plants that have been there 5 to 10 years, but also around the ongoing maintenance of the plants that we have put in. In the next meeting, I anticipate that we'll be talking about potentially removing plants and reinstating the area. So each individual area is different, and each part of the community, of course, is different, and they all treasure the waterways. That's why they live here.
Local iwi Ngā Pōtiki is involved in the project and supports the improvements to the natural environment.
Yeah, we applaud the council for its work, in that we'd like to see the area preserved, or the wetlands preserved as much as possible, because in preserving the wetlands you preserve all the habitats of the natural wildlife that's been here for centuries upon centuries. So we're keen to see that happen, and not just for our Ngā Pōtiki folk, our tribal folk here, but also for all New Zealanders and all people who live in Pāpāmoa. You know, this is about future-proofing what's left of our environment, which has been degraded on a massive scale over the past 100 years.
But not everybody is happy about the work that's already been done.
I do agree with making wetlands from Domain Road out, because that's a flat land, doesn't drain well. I agree with this area in here, but it needs to be cleaned up. We need to see the lake again, which means dig out the weeds.
But it's different at Palm Springs, where residents 10 years ago cleaned out the weeds themselves, and the area has since been managed by the council.
The next section back, Palm Springs, is a beautiful area, almost a parklands. Grass through to the man-made lake and streams should be left exactly as it is. There is no scientific justification or any other justification to make it into a wetlands.
We were told that the plants would grow to a certain height. They were already doubled that height now. So that's blocking our view of what we had. We want this put back to the way it was. We bought here for that reason. We will not be convinced otherwise, no matter what council say to us.
The council's consultation process again came under fire.
So many people have been complaining to council that they've decided to come and talk to us. But this waterway project went ahead without talking to anybody.
I don't think we have consulted very well with the wider community. I think mana whenua we've involved early in the piece, but I think we've missed a bit of a trick in terms of the neighbouring residents especially.
And while that process continues, many residents are happy to appreciate the wetland area for what it is.
I don't ever expect this area behind us to be a beautifully manicured park-like setting, because it's actually a boggy flood zone that's designed to keep us safe when the elements come in.
Gavin Ogden, Local Focus.